What's cracking, guys? This is Bruce Matson, your host of this show, Metro Scout Fantasy Football, and today we're covering another prospect. We're dipping our toes in the running back well here, and we're going to be talking about Tyler Allgeier, running back from BYU. And one thing I want to say right now, off the rip, is this dude is part of Team Thick with some extra season there. He's 5'11", 220 pounds, and as we all know on the channel, we're a big fan of Team Thick. We like them thick boys. But coming out of high school, he was a two-star recruit. Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted a piece of Allgeier. 247 Sports had him ranked as the 228th running back in his class. So he was just bottom of the barrel. 2018, his freshman year, redshirted, rushed for 49 yards the whole year, so nothing really to go over there. 2019 redshirt freshman season, converted to linebacker, got 26 total tackles, so not too shabby, but we want to hear them rushing yards. We want to see that rushing output. He gave us that in 2020, and this is when the magic happened. He rushed for 1,130 yards, 13 touchdowns. He caught 14 balls for 174 yards. Then we transitioned this year, and he just built on top of that. He rushed for 1,601 yards, 23 touchdowns, just straight balled out. Caught 28 balls for 199 yards, 3.93 yards after contact per attempt, 468 missed tackles. So very good career under his belt, especially these last 2 years. He exceeded expectations, considered nobody thought he was going to be a thing coming out of high school, and then rushed for over 2,000 yards, damn near 3,000 yards in the last 2 years. On tape, he's a north-south runner who moves laterally very well for his size. He's got good footwork, which allows him to move laterally very well. Good vision, can always find the cutback lane, can read the momentum of the defenders around him, read the momentum of his blocks. Very cerebral. He runs with a lot of power, good contact balance, runs with some pop too, so he's got a little pop in his step. He can catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield. You're not going to expect him to be running routes out there in the slot or anything, breaking off double moves, but he's a good check down artist. That's good enough for what we're looking at. There are some rumors that he hit 4.4 speed. Actually, 4.39 is one thing I've read, but honestly, I want to see what he does at the combine. I'm not really feeling that from the tape. I'm not feeling 4.39 speed. I'm not feeling that, but I want to see what he does at the combine. I do see a little bit of pop in his step, but he does get chased down from behind on some plays, so that's an indicator that it's not 4.39 speed, but he might have a little bit in the tank once we get to the combine. And the combine's really going to drive his stock, too. If he runs well, if he does hit like a 4.49, maybe even a 4.5, a 4.48 or something like that, that's going to really drive up his price tag because he just got off a 1,600-yard season, a 1,000-yard season the year prior, good size. He can catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield. On average, in mock drafts, you're seeing him fall around the third round, barely inside the top 100, but a good combine, a good draft season, he could jump up to the second round. All it takes is one team to say yes. In rookie drafts, in the mock drafts that I've been doing, he's been falling in the second round, sometimes in the back half of the second round, sometimes someone pulls the trigger in the middle of the second round, but he's been floating around that area. I imagine if he goes to the right team, he's jumping up in price pretty quick. And I can say that for a lot of these running backs who are in that back half tier that could go anywhere in the draft. But if he gets drafted to the right team and gets higher draft capital than expected, then yeah, he's going to get a bump up in value. And I could see that happening. It's a good possibility. If he goes to a good team in the third, he'll get a bump up in value. If he gets drafted in the second, if he jumps up there, he'll get a bump up in value. If both happens, then his value is probably going to skyrocket. That's understandable. I don't really see him falling in the NFL draft. I see him very solid at a second round rookie pick in drafts. If he jumps up to the first round of rookie drafts, he better be going to a grand situation because that's a dicey price tag to pay considering trying to trade out, get a 2023 pick, and just get a better running back prospect. But honestly, when you gauge his skill sets, it's not too bad. North-south runner. He's got a little bit of wiggle in his game. Is he a top-tier back at the next level? Not really. Can he develop? Yeah. If he goes to a good situation that's really wanting to use him as the hammer and get him a lot of touches, and he could give us some fantasy output. He can catch it a little bit out of the backfield, so maybe in the right situation with the right quarterback who wants to check it down a lot, that might be a good spot for him to rack up some catches in the receiving game, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. All in all, I like him. I like him at his second-round price tag. If he jumps up in price, then I'll get skeptical. But all in all, he's a good back. He's a good, second tier, third tier back in this draft that you want to hitch your wagon to. I can see him jumping up boards if he gets the right draft capital, because that's in the cards, in the realm of possibilities. I don't see him as a lights-out top-tier back in this draft. I don't see that happening, but I also see where he can pop at the next level due to him having a good feel of what's around him when he's approaching the line of scrimmage in the second level, how hard he runs with a lot of power, good contact balance, and does have a little bit of pop for his size. Not a burner, but has some pop for his size. So there's some things in the cards for him that could play well. But all in all, I do like him as a prospect. I'm just leery on what his price tag will be after the NFL draft, because we always get these running backs who bump up in value, but if he bumps up in value, he might be the pivot that allows me to get some of these good wide receivers later than expected. Maybe I get David Bell in the second round. Maybe I get Jameson Williams in the second round. We've seen some of these wide receivers fall in mock drafts. All it takes is one of these running backs to get the nod to go in the first round. We saw it last year in ADP. We saw it the year prior in ADP. It always happens. This could be one of those running backs that help us out, get one of the players that we like at value. I like him, though, if he falls in the middle of the second round, early second round, depending on what team he goes to as well. Late second round. So it's not like I'm out on him. I actually do like him. If there's a running back I'm looking to get, it's Allgeier just because of the price tag. He's good value. As long as he stays at a good value, he's a running back I want to target because I like value. But again, price tag is what I'm watching for. Keep your eyes on the price tag of Allgeier after draft day, because that's what's going to matter for us in Dynasty. Also, landing spot and where he goes in the draft. If he falls past round 3, you might as well just cancel it out and just move on to the next guy, because he may not be getting the touches you're hoping he gets early in his career. But that's all I got for you today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Every subscription matters. Fuels me to keep pumping out this content. Fuels me to keep going over tape, the metrics, and everything else. Again, I want to thank you, and I'll catch you next time.